Okay, Algebra 1, this is a two-part lesson. After we're done with the first part, you're going to pause the video and work the problems on this assignment. Then you're going to forward the video. Second one's real easy, okay? And here we go. Here's the first one. Forget that crap up at the top. It takes you 8 minutes to wash one car. It takes a friend 6 minutes to wash one car. How long does it take the two of you to wash 7 cars if you work together? I know that seems weird. Remember, old reliable. Okay? Don't make all 3 though. Okay? Stop making all 3 every time. You'll make the 3 boxes if the Y doesn't start at 0. So X is minutes, Y is cars. So that'd be cars per minute. Well, there's 1 car, but that's not per minute, it's 8 minutes. 1 car, that's 6 minutes, so we don't know that. Okay, so let's think back to yesterday. So if we don't know that, we're going to design tables. We're going to make 2 of them because there's 2 people. You and your friend. So minutes, cars. Okay, minutes, cars, minutes, cars. Now, you're not going to do 0, 1, 2. You're going to put the 0 in the block, 0 in the block. Make sure you put minutes and cars here so you know how to label that. Okay. Now, we know that it took me 1 car in 8 minutes. So 8 minutes to do 1 car. Now, it took the friend 6 minutes to do 1 car. Now, you're like, well, where do I put the 7? Well, that's when you're working together. So you're going to put 7 cars, question mark, minutes. That's the answer to the problem. 7. Well, let's jump back. Do we need 2 lines? Well, let's jump here. If this guy sits on his butt and works for 0 minutes, I'm pretty sure 0 cars get washed, and the same with this guy. No line, okay? Make your ratios. But you gotta, since you have 2 tables instead of 1, you're gonna add another ratio into the proportion, okay? 2 tables means I have 2 ratios, not just 1. Now, you can't mess this up. It's the cars over the minutes. It's the Y over the X, okay? So cars, minutes, cars, minutes, cars, minutes, okay? So let's talk about this first guy. You can do 1 car in 8 minutes. Second guy, 1 car in 6 minutes. Now together they have to do 7 cars, and I don't know how many minutes, so question mark. So what do I do then? Well, I'm going to line up the equals. I'm going to get rid of the C and M. I don't need them anymore. 7 over question mark, or some letter. I don't care if you use a variable. Okay. How about over here? We need to simplify 1/8 plus 1/6. Well, you can do it the middle school way. I'm going to show you the long way and then the short way. You can add the fractions. So common denominator, look at 8. I don't think 6 times anything gives me 8. After 8, in the row 8 on a multiplication table, you'd have 16. Don't think 16's in 6's row. The third number in the 8th row is 24. That's also in 6's row. So 8 times 3 is 24, 1 times 3 is 3. 6 times 4 is 24, 1 times 4 is 4. So that would be 7 over 24. Now, you could also just add 1/8 plus 1/6 on a calculator. 1 ABC 8 plus 1 ABC 6. That's how I'd do it. 7 over 24. Cross multiply and divide. 24 times 7 divided by 7 is 24. Which only makes sense, because if that stayed as 7, that's going to be a 24. So 24 minutes. Okay, I'm going to go 2 more. Charles is making pottery for a craft fair. It takes him, not me, I'm not in this problem. It takes him 50 minutes to construct 1 piece of pottery. It takes his wife 35 minutes to construct 1 piece of pottery. How long will it take them to construct 35 pieces of pottery if they work together? So we have pieces and minutes. X is the minutes, that's your time, Y is your pieces. There'll always be a time label in these problems. So per minute, it'd be pieces per minute. Well, one piece, but that ain't per minute, it's over 50 minutes. One piece, that's not per minute, it's over a time span of 35 minutes. We don't know. Now I'm going to make tables, but I'm going to need two of them because you got Charles and his wife. So X, Y, please label the X and the Y on your tables, minutes, pieces. And I don't even care if you just put M and P. So 0 block, because we don't know. We can't do the 0, 1, 2 without the pieces per minute. Okay, leave that empty. Now let's place the numbers. 50 minutes, 1 piece. On the other table is wife, 35 minutes, 1 piece. 35 pieces, and it's on my job to find how many minutes that would be. I don't put it on either table, the 35 pieces, because that's together. Now, if you sit on your butt, don't do any work, 0. Same thing with his wife, okay? So we're not making the two lines. When Y starts at 0, along with the X, we make proportions. But I need to add another ratio with the proportion. Okay, so minutes. Again, it's Y over X. You got to put the minutes on the bottom. It's always Y over X. So Y, pieces. Pieces, pieces, pieces. Minutes. Minutes, minutes, minutes. Now I start filling it out. 1 piece, 50 minutes. 1 over 50. 1 over 35, and then 35 over X. You see, when I do everything right, it's stress-free to set up. Or if you want to put question mark, that's fine. You could also put X. It doesn't matter, okay? Bottom line is you don't know how many minutes are with 35 pieces. So 35 over question mark. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm adding those on a calculator. 1/50th plus 1/35th. Common denominator is huge. 17 3/50ths. Yes, the common denominator would be 350. So 17 over 350. Cross multiply and divide, you got it. You're going to get some decimals on these. So I'm going to round that to 721. Okay. 721 minutes. Long time. It's like 12 hours. 12 hours, 1 minute. Okay, last problem. You can type 7 pages in 2 hours, and your classmates can type 8 pages in 3 hours. If you have 2 computers and can work at the same time, how long will it take the 2 of you to type 37 pages? So we got pages and hours. So X is hours, Y is pages. So per hour, pages per hour. Well, 7 pages, but it's not per hour, it's 1 hour, 2 hours, 8 and 3. So I don't know anything about the pages per hour. If I really had to, I could, but let's see if we even have to. I don't think we will. 2 tables. Okay, so XY, XY. Hours, pages. Without those labels, you're going to get things messed up on the table. Okay, so I'm not going to do 0, 1, 2. I'm going to go 0 and block it, 0 and block it. So, 7 pages, 2 hours. 8 pages, 3 hours. See, I need those labels there. Now, 37 pages, question mark, hours. Okay, again, you don't do any work, you don't get any pages. You don't do any work, it's not like you have pages typed before you start, okay? So no lines, I want the proportions. But with 2 tables, we need to add another ratio. This is you, this is your classmate, this is together. So again, it's always the Y over the X. So Y, pages are on top, hours are on bottom. You flip them, you're not, yours a word, but I'm not going to say it on a public YouTube. Okay, 7 pages, 2 hours. 8 pages, 3 hours. 37 pages, question mark hours. So 37 over question mark. Now I'm going to combine these to one fraction. I take 7 over 2 plus 8 over 3. 7 over 2 plus 8 over 3. Okay, you got 6 and 1/6. That's a problem, Jack. That is not a ratio. It's not. Okay? Here's how you organize it into an actual ratio. You put that 6 on the bottom, okay? Then you take your whole number, okay, times 6 and add the 1, okay? So that bottom number stays on bottom, but to find us a whole top number, we take the whole number times the bottom plus the top. So 6 times 6 plus 1. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 1 is 37. So do not put 6 and 1/6. If you get that, you need to make it improper. That 6 does stay on the bottom, but the top, whole number times bottom plus top. Cross multiply and divide now. Well, I'm pretty sure it's 6. I mean, that stayed 37. That'd be 6. So, by the way, I shouldn't have put minutes. It should say hours. Okay, 6 hours. Okay, pause the video and do the 2 problems. Number 2, you're going to have this happen. Know how to deal with it. Okay, hopefully that went well. Now you got some easy problems here. You're going to solve percent sentences. They're not really story problems, or sentences. It says, what percent of 42 is 28? Okay. There's a proportion you can use that gets it right every time, but I don't like how I wrote it here. This is your percent. This is your actual. This is for percents. Now, 100 will always go on the bottom, even though it's not in the problem, because that's your total percent. Actual is over of every time, all day. Okay, what percent means we're finding the percent, so that's X, or the question mark. Then go to of. Go to percent first. If you don't have a percent, you put X. Then go to of. After of, we have 42, and then is, you have 28. Now just cross multiply and divide. 100 times 28. And that equals 42 times X, so divide by 42. You can write 66.6 repeating, or you can go second, PRB, be 66 and 2/3%. Okay, next problem. What's 40% of 720? So this is the percent ratio. 100 will always be on the bottom. Then is over of, because of is the total, is the part. Okay, percent, that ain't going to be X. You have 40. Okay, cross it off. After of, we have 720, and I cross multiply and divide. 40 times 720, and that's equal to 100 times X, so I divide by 100, 288. Okay, so 288. Don't put a percent sign on that because it wasn't a percent. It was one of the actual numbers. Now, the beauty of this is I don't have to worry about making my percents decimals or any of that stuff, okay? We will eventually, but not right here. Not today. Not when it's a percent of. Okay, 100%, and then percent, then is, and of. Okay, percent, we got 60. After of, I see what number. So after of is, if it says what number after of, then of is the X. And then 75 is the is. Okay, so 100 times 75. That's equal to 60 times X, so divide by 60, I got 125. And that makes sense. If you get 75 out of 125, that's over half, so it'd be 60%. Okay, 100% here, percent on top, is of. Percent, we have 5. After of, it's cross 5 out. After of, it says what number. So again, of is the x, and then 4.1 is the is. Okay, so 100 times 4.1. 410 divided, and then that's equal to 5 times x, so I just need to divide by 5, 82. Easy, effortless, and it goes smooth. Okay, 65% of what number is 577.2? So 100%, and then is and of. So percent, I have 65. After of, I see the phrase what number, so that means of is where the x is at, and then 577.2 is the is. Okay, so 100 times 577.2, that's equal to 65 times x, so I divide by 65, 888. Because 577.2 is over half of 888 by 65%. But okay, last one. 100%, percent, then is and of. Now percent, I don't have a percent, so that's my x. Now after of, I see 48, and then is 18. So 100 times 18, that's equal to 48 times x, 37.5. And I'm fine with that decimal, okay? 37.5 is okay. Percent, okay? If x is a percent, please put your percent label on it. Okay, let me know if you have questions. That's the rest. Okay, oh no, there's a couple on the back side, sorry. What is 16.5% of 33? Then is and of. Percent, we have 16.5. After of, I see 33, so I'm finding percent there. So 16.5 times 33 divided by 100. Okay, you can write that 5 point, at least it ends, it's not one of the decimals, it goes forever, 5.445. If you did second PRB equals 5 and 89/200ths, now that looks better, okay. Okay, what percent of 99 is 720? So percent, 100% is an of. All right, what percent? Okay, so I don't know that. If I see the word percent, means what percent? I don't know that. Okay. After of, I see 99, and then 72. 100 times 72. That's equal to 99 times x. So divide by 99. I don't like that. Go second PRB equals 72 and 8/11ths. Weird looking answer, but it's right. I know it's right. Boom.